I built another profitable app solo and it got 2.3 million views. An entire app built with just AI, vibe coding, and 1 a.m. brain cells. Oh, by the way, this was all within 1 week while on a trip to Peru. Holy shit. In this video, I'm going to take you through how I thought of this idea, how I marketed it, how I built the app using just AI, and the revenue I got from it on launch day. Okay, so let's take it from the top. What is my app? So I built an AI tool called Quick Shorts that allows users to prompt the tool to generate a quick AI generated video and post directly to the user's YouTube channel. You guys have seen those AI cat videos? Yeah, imagine being able to create those and post them on autopilot. Here's an example of prompt that I put into my tool and the resulting video. Pretty sick. Okay, now that you know what the app is, pretty simple, I know it's nothing crazy. How did I even come up with this idea and how did it get 2.3 million views on Instagram? So on my Instagram, I have been posting reels on N8N automations that I have been building and selling to people, businesses, and more. For those who don't know, N8N is a tool where you can build workflows that are fully automated and you can use AI agents as well. One of the N8N automations I created was this autopilot YouTube video generation upload flow. It will post one AI generated YouTube shorts every single day on your YouTube channel using Google Veo 3. I made a reel on this and shit hit the fan. It went mega viral. I mean, every single day I would wake up to a bunch of notifications saying that I have got new followers, new followers, new followers. I was literally getting 2,000 followers a day and my reel was getting over 100,000 views a night. My following was growing, the views were growing, and so were my DMs, which contained a bunch of people asking me, can I have your automation, please, 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 please? And after seeing this viral success, I acted fast because there's one thing I learned, you gotta be an opportunist in this economy. So I opened up Lovable AI and published a quick landing page that would ask for users to input their email to join the waitlist for a soon to be launched app, which was the app I had not yet created yet. I used SheetDB to populate each entered email into this Google Sheet, which grew to nearly 10,000 emails. The interest was crazy. I even had celebrities who had signed up for my waitlist. Literal celebrities. Now, did I get a movie role? No. But there was one big issue. There was no app. I had a bunch of people signed up, but I had not even started development. However, there's always a silver lining. I already had a ton of validation that people are interested in my idea and would use a tool that could generate YouTube shorts and upload them to the person's YouTube channel on autopilot. Most solopreneurs and startups spend months and months of doing market validation where I did it all within like a week. So without having wrote even one line of code or using AI to write any code, I already had my idea validated and had people willing to pay for this. I even texted friends who hit me up asking for my tool how much they would pay, because I honestly had no idea how I would charge for this. But one of my friends told me that they were willing to pay a couple of dollars for each short generated, anywhere from 6 to 8. But this is where another big problem came about. Creating AI YouTube shorts is not cheap. In fact, Google Veo costs $6 to $8 per 8-second clip. That's a lot of money. 100 shorts would cost a user $600 to $800. Now, did I have a lot of signups? Yes. But does this mean they were all willing to pay? No. Even the celebrities were stingy. Now, one method I used to validate how many signups were actually people who were willing to pay was I set up a Discord where I could chat with all the users. And I could truly see how willing are people actually to pay for this. Now, to grow my Discord, I simply had a join Discord button on my landing page. But there was one big issue where people were going to my landing page, entering their email, but they weren't joining the Discord. So I forced them. I literally made it so each time they click enter to enter their email and they submit it, they get redirected to my Discord invite link. So they automatically get added to my Discord. Yup, you have no choice. Whether you like it or not, you will be my Discord. And this resulted in my Discord hitting over 1,000 members overnight. This was set up to be the biggest launch in app history. Now, while I was chatting with the users in the Discord, I noticed a big problem. They all wanted it for free. Free? Like, come on. My plan for monetization was, since Google Veo 3 costs like $6 to generate a short, I would just charge 50 cents on top of that. So I would charge each user $6.50 for each generated short. But because they all wanted it for free, I was already sensing some trouble in paradise. And this will bite me in the butt a little bit later, so stay tuned. But for now, I decided to screw that free opinion and decide to go ahead and build the app because there's just so much interest. And a lot of big name creators with millions of followers are following me, so I know there's a lot of potential in this. Now, I knew coding this from scratch was going to take long, and I needed this app ASAP before I lost all the momentum my Instagram reel had got me. So I decided to use an AI code editor, Lovable. I mean, I already used it to build my landing page, so why not? And the crazy part was I was literally flying to Peru in 24 hours, so I need this made ASAP because there's no way I was about to be coding in a desert ever. I used a lovable paid plan. I spent 8 hours straight building the app from complete scratch while packing for my flight. The two main issues that I experienced were the following. The first major problem was Google OAuth integration, which is basically connecting your YouTube account to the tool. The second major problem was how to actually upload the YouTube video directly through the tool. The first issue, Google OAuth took nearly 3 hours of constant prompting and debugging to finally start working, because for some reason it was so hard to get users to be able to connect the YouTube account to quick shorts. It was just literally impossible. But this taught me how behind AI still is. Like, I could have added Google OAuth manually since I know how to code within 1 hour, but because I was relying on AI, I wasted hours of my time just vibe coding. The second issue, however, was more severe. I was using end-to-end to handle the core process of taking in the user entered prompt, using Veo 3 to generate YouTube shorts, and then uploading to YouTube. Unfortunately, there was no way for end-to-end to let a user upload to their own YouTube channel without actually manually inputting their YouTube details into the video upload node. So I had to find another way, because this was stopping my entire app from working. Like, this was a literal breaking problem. So I used what any programmer would do. I use someone else's code. I use an open source GitHub YouTube video uploader tool, hosted on DigitalOcean, and made an HTTP request on end-to-end, which sent the generated video to that DigitalOcean endpoint to upload the video. That may have been rocket science, but trust me, it worked. The videos were successfully uploading. Yay! I then asked Lovable to add a database, which conveniently it works with Supabase, which is like phenomenal, and it also works with Stripe for payment processing. So within like an hour, I had a full-on database and full-on payment processing working. Now, the app itself I made free to sign up, but to actually generate the videos, users would have to top up their account, which basically means adding credits to their account, and that's how I will be making money. So after changing the UI a couple more times and you probably changed your morning routine, I finally landed on the final product. And at this point, I was literally on the flight to Peru, so yeah. But remember when I said that charging $6.50 was probably gonna hurt me? Well, you're about to see how. Once I made the app live, I got a ton of signups. I'm talking about 500, 600, 700 signups, all within the span of just a couple of hours. And I think one of the main reasons is because the text on the live landing page said no credit card required, and that results in just a ton of growth. And I feel like a lot of different apps and SaaS that have no credit card signups, they have probably the most volume of signups possible. Now, with all these signups, I eagerly waited for the millions of dollars to roll in. So when I landed in Peru, I was a millionaire. And I waited and waited and waited. Nothing came, like literally nothing. I was heartbroken. So I took my heartbroken self to the Peru airport and ate McDonald's. But while I was at McDonald's, I realized something. I can ask my Discord with 1,000+ users how they feel about the app. So I did. And people said too expensive, not free, too costly, etc. Which was, fair. I always knew that they wanted it for free, but some were saying it was just too costly, which means they were still willing to pay, but maybe not that much. So I decided to do more research while eating a McChicken, and I found other AI video generation tools that were far cheaper that I could leverage. I looked at Kling, Runway, and others. But something struck my eye. ByteDance, which is TikTok's parent company, released their own AI video gen model called Dance, which directly competes against Google Veo 3. But instead of $6 for an 8-second clip, it would charge 60 cents for a 5-second clip. 60 cents, that's a 10x reduction in price. I had found literal gold. So once I got to my hotel in Peru, I added a drop down in the UI where the user can select whether they want to use Veo 3 or Dance to create their video. And I adjusted the price accordingly, only charging $2 for a Dance generated AI YouTube short versus $6.50 for a Google Veo short. So I made an announcement in my Discord, and the rest was history. Millions started pouring in, my Stripe was maxing out, Alex Hormozi wanted to interview me, and I was even asked to be the president of the United States. All that definitely happened. Psych, that didn't happen, but what did happen was people did start paying more. I had made over $500 in a single day, which I thought was pretty dope. I mean, this literally took like under a week to fully complete. And I'm now doing something to make this even better, because you should always improve on your app. I'm allowing users to create 30-second clips using QuickShort. Mind-blowing. Before it was only 8 seconds, now we're at 30. We are going up, baby. Now, I know many entrepreneurs say create an MVP and then validate it, and if people like it, keep building on your app. If they don't like it, then ditch the idea. Who wants to spend days or weeks building just to ditch the idea? I mean, come on, we're lazy. What if you can market the idea and see the response first? This is a new wave of market validation. Okay, market first, then build. Comment down below if you think that this is the new wave. I think so. Now, what I did is pretty replicable. In fact, I created an app using just AI in this video right here. But before you click it, subscribe.